Hello and welcome back. We are learning functions. We covered parameters, definitions, scope, and now we will see return, how to return a value from a function. I come to Jupyter Lab and let me write one sentence. A function can return a value. This is done via the return keyword. Let us see how we return values with functions. First, I will define a function. It will take the cube of a number passed as parameter. I will calculate the cube, and assign it to a variable. Let's say n cube is equal to n cube is equal to n to the power 3. This is the cube of n. And now I will return this n cube. How do I do this? I just write return. This is the keyword. As you see, Jupyter Lab already colored it green. Return n cube. That's all. My function is calculating the cube of the parameter n, then returns it. Whoever calls this function, it will get this as the return value. Let's write here, define a function to return a value. This is our function definition. Now we will call a function, call the function, and get the returned value from function, returned value. Now let's call the function and get the returned value. I will create a number to pass as a parameter and num is equal to 5. Now I will get the value as cube of num, and I will call the function with my num variable. The function will calculate its cube, this num's cube, and it will return me back, and I will assign to this value to my variable. Now if I print cube of num, I will print 125. As you see, I pass a parameter to the function. Its name is num, value is 5. The function takes this parameter and calculates its cube, then returns the cube, and I got that returned value into a variable. The variable's name is cube of num, then I print this variable. That's how we define and how we call functions with return values. Another example, let's say n is equal to 4 and returned value, let's say. Now again I will call cube function, this time with n. It will return me cube of 4, and I will just print the returned value. As you see, it's here 64. Okay, I can chain and print all at once. I will call cube of, let's say, 3. First, I will call the cube function with 3. It will calculate its cube and return, and whenever it returns, it will return here inside the print function, and the print function will print the result, which is 27. As you see, I can chain in this way without declaring any intermediate or any temporary parameters. Okay, one more sentence about returning values, which is, let me make this markdown. Functions which do not return a value, there's a name for these functions which do not return a value. We call these functions as void functions. Whenever you heard the word void in Python and in other programming languages, it means that this function doesn't return any value. So we now, from now on, we know how functions return a value. We will use it a lot in our quiz and later on in our function definitions. That's all for this video. In the next one, we will see the docstring the documentation of functions. See you in the next one.